Good morning, and on today's show, we're going to be talking about the Atari 50 DLC, The Wider World of Atari, which has come out. Also, a game review of Atlantis, the new Atlantis called Lost Sentinels of Atlantis, and huge speculation between Atari and Polymega, something that we're going to have to really discuss about because something may be huge on the horizon. And this is episode 54 of Dadisajoke Retro Rock and Gamer Weekend Report. Good morning, everyone. Get your coffees ready. Because we got a lot of stuff to talk today. But first off, we're going to talk about Atari 50 DLC, the Wider World of Atari. 19 new games, multiple versions of Berserk on it, and if you're a fan of the Atari 50, one of the best games out there. Not only highlighting all the with all the video presentations of all the history behind Atari. The history behind different projects and all the games associated with all-in-one neat package. They extended it even more with 19 new games and more videos. Also, there's going to be another update later on, which I don't have the specific date. I'm thinking it's November 8th. But at that point, when there's the other DLC will drop, both DLCs will be available for the Atari VCS for free. On gratis, free, no money. Very cool for us Atari VCS fans. But if you are playing it on PC or any other platform, you can download the DLC and Bob's your uncle. Have some fun with it. I gotta drink more coffee. God, this is brutal this morning. Okay. Now, does anybody remember the Atari 2600 game Atlantis? I remember picking up that game. I was in the States in Plattsburgh, New York. One of those day shopping trips. Was going through the mall, stopped off at the arcade, obviously, and then stopped off at KB Toys. And they had a big basket of discounted Atari games. And I was, going through it, shuffling through it. And what did I find? Yeah, you guessed it. Atlantis. Took a look at it. Took a look at the back, at the the graphics, how the game was going to look like, and picked it up and fell in love with that game. Awesome game. And when I found out Atlantis, the Lost Sentinels of Atlantis was came out, I was super excited, and I picked it up for the Atari VCS. It is available on Steam also. If you're a big Atlantis fan, please, whatever you do, pick this game up. It's a ton of fun. It brings back those memories of playing Atlantis back in the 2600 days, but with a new modern twist. And that twist is you can actually move the cursor and shoot in different directions, which is very cool. So you're not just firing at fixed points, which you can. That's the beauty thing about it. Just keep the cursor in the middle and just keep on firing, from the cannons on the left and right and the center cannon. More spaceships. Sound effects are awesome. I just love the clink of the glass. If you have the game, you'll understand what I'm talking about. The other cool point is at the beginning you get a map and you can choose between how many cities you want to defend. It goes 3 something. Again, it's early in the morning, can't remember. So anyway, you highlight the area, you see it's like a radar, and you get to see all the ships coming into that city. You move your cursor over there and you start defending. It zooms in and starts defending the city. The graphics are fantastic, very retro, but very modern at the same time. It's got that. I love the way the clouds look in the background. Very cool. I love how the guns move on the side. I love the center gun, which can turn into a UFO. And you can, take the fight to them in the air. Awesome, awesome game. A lot of fun. I think it's like $5.99 on the Atari VCS. I mean, for $6, pick it up. You might as well. It's probably cheaper in the U.S., but that's what we have to pay in Canada for. So by all means, jump on this game. you'll enjoy it. I don't want to give any more away, but it'll bring flood back those memories of the old game, and also, you know what? Bring in new fans of the game. It's that good. I promise you, it's that good. But I have to spend more time on it because I still suck at it. Okay. Now, the speculation part. And I need everybody to post comments about this. Let's discuss about this because this announcement or this information could happen next week. It could happen tomorrow on Monday, even though it's a holiday here in Canada. But it's something... Power Dubs from Twitter/X. I fucking hate X, but I call it Twitter. So if I say Twitter, everybody knows what I'm talking about. So Power Dubs from Twitter has been speculating on some stuff, and we've been discussing this. And you know what? It seems feasible from what he's been talking about. And I'm going to give you some more information here, okay? And we're going to discuss it. So please, let's discuss this in the comments, because I think it'll be very interesting. So let's get up to this part and bring up all my notes and information. Okay, so here we go. So Powered Ups has been hinting on some stuff, and I just flat out asked him, you know, because he is my roving reporter. He really digs in and gets the deep information. Well, I can't, but he can, and he's a valuable source of information. So here we go. Here's what he posted for me. I asked him, you know, what's so special about the Atari OS? So this has to do with the new Atari OS update. He goes, hopefully there'll be a tie-in with Polymega. Now, for you guys who don't know what Polymega is, Polymega has created a retro gaming system that has a base unit, and you can put in different adapters or what have you that do different things. For instance, one of them can be a PS1 update. You can put another one, it'll have a CD-ROM. There'll be CD-ROMs for the Saturn, different systems. I might be screwing this all up because I'm just reading from the information here. But in other words, it's a unit that will be, that has, actually, you know what? Let's go to the deluxe bundle. So the deluxe bundle comes with the base unit and a wireless controller, and then has the power element module set, a super element module set, mega element module set, and the turbo element set. And the cool thing about this is that each element set will play cartridge games like the Super Nintendo or the NES. There will be several, there's two of them, actually three of them. And you can tell by the controller ports, they use the original controller ports. So there's the Super NES, the NES, and there's one with the DB9 connectors on it, but for some reason, I can't remember what it is for. But it doesn't matter. The whole thing is you buy a base unit and you attach these other things to be more of a robust system. So Atari owns a portion of Polymega. Okay. Now let's get back to this. Okay, so hopefully a tie-in with Polymega, which is also supposed to get an OS update any day now. And then fingers crossed, this may still happen. Now, remember what we're saying here. It may. This is speculation. We can be completely fucking wrong on this. But it's something to think about. Because, again, this is the fall season. Christmas is coming up. This is where video game companies wake up and start, you know, getting shit out there. So then fingers crossed it may still happen. Atari from their recent newsletter. Technology development team continuing development of the Atari OS on the VCS. So we know that. We know that the Atari OS is being updated, and it's going to go, it guaranteed it's going to go through a couple of more iterations to get it up to speed, because there are some bugs with it, but nothing major. In an interview with Andy, when he sold Wonder to Atari. Now, for anybody who's interested in what Wonder is, I don't know who Andy is. I'm probably the person who created this. But Wonder, let me read from here. Atari has announced its acquisition of Wonder mobile gaming platform and the WonderOS. with the intention of ultimate integrating Wonder technology into future editions of the Atari VCS gaming and entertainment platform, so that users can one day can enjoy their home experience on the go. This will be exciting news for Atari VCS customers. Video game and technology journalist Heidi H.B. Duran caught up with Wonder CEO Andy in the wake of the Wonder Tech acquisition by Atari, and Atari shared thoughts. Let's see here. So in other words, this will be a cross gaming platform. Yeah, so play, stream, and share with friends across devices seamlessly. So here's the question is, how did the partnership acquisition with Atari come about? We have been in contact with Fred, Jean-Marcel, Michael, and the Atari team for quite some time. I've always been a fan of Atari, and even before we decided to call our company Wonder, I thought about the idea of talking with them about naming the technology Atari OS. My thinking was Atari invented the first broadly successful console, and we were reinventing what the console experience, of the future should be. So the brand makes sense. At this time, we didn't even propose it, and instead decided to start building the project. But a couple years later, here we are. It's come full circle. Let's see here. So the other question is, what unique opportunities does Atari partnership bring to the table with the WonderOS? Atari has been working on a number of initiatives to make the brand as big and relevant as ever. Everything from the Atari VCS, the Atari hotels, and the different game studios are part of the vision. And with WonderOS living on millions of smartphones across the world, we can enhance those experiences even more. I think people will be pleasantly surprised with what we have in mind. Okay, so let's further dig into this. This is becoming very X-File-ish. I thought about the idea of talking with them, naming our... Okay, never mind. Let's skip that. Okay, so reference from the EC maker Polymega. Notably, it's quite possible we support systems for cloud play that aren't available locally. This would mean everybody can play them. PowerDub said, if they pull off what they think are trying to pull off, everything will change, a light switch moment. And that's when I said, I hope you're right. Now, Nolan Bushnell was an early investor of Wonder. Another piece of interesting information. So, Nolan, the guy who created Atari, is the early investor into Wonder. And then also Dafpa, who's on the Atari VCS Discord chat, who also works for Atari. He posted about the update. So so this is what he meant. Testing is basically done, but we need to test just to make sure it doesn't do some weird things when transferred to another platform environment. What does that mean? A development platform or another gaming platform? We need to discuss this, guys. We need to discuss this and get into the nitty-gritty to see what's coming down the pipe, right? That's what we need to talk about. Let's see here. Okay, so Nolan is an early investor in Wonder. Atari buys Wonder from Andy. Atari says Wonder will be integrated in the VCS and Cloud Play. Andy, advisor at Atari for 2020 and 2022, as it says on his LinkedIn. Atari buys 50% of Playmonji, makers of the Polymega. Polymega guy posts about Cloud Play. Andy tweets about hopefully Atari can use Wonder assets. And then last week posting the transfer to another platform that DAFPA put in. So at the same time, both the Polymega VCRs are expecting OS updates. Very freaking fascinating. Very, very fascinating. So, folks, let's chat about this. Let's see what we can come up with. Let's see this. To me, the information and the research that PowerDubs has done is pretty bang on. And we'll see what happens. We can be completely fucking wrong, but we can be completely right at the same time. Well, PowerDubs can be completely right. And I just said yes. Anyways, folks, that's it. Let's talk about this. This is the end of episode 54 for, what the hell is it? September 29th, 2024. This is Dadisajoke. Take care, everybody. We'll see you later. Bye now.